Hello. I have these cheap stamps from, I don't know, Dollar Tree, Dollar General, Dollar something. Gonna use it for something and never did. So here we go. What I thought I would do, I like this stamp here. I have become a coffee addict, and I'm not like a specialty coffee person. We just do Taster's Choice Instant, which is probably, I don't know, sacrilege to people. But I prefer brewed coffee, but my husband just likes to heat up the water and do it. And since he's the one making the coffee, that's okay by me. So, I kind of like that. So I have this vision of drawing like a table or my desk below a window, kind of like how I sit now. And like having my desk in the foreground with my coffee and maybe a window. So that being said, I probably need a bigger page. So let's see what I have. Maybe do it here. So so I think what I'll do is I will use maybe I'll do it here. I'm going to use a book page. For the main background. Fade it back with a little gesso and then see where I'm at. And yeah, let's start with that. Kind of like this side because look, maybe I'll use that. That was, you know, my glue page in a previous life, probably last week. Now, when I paint a wall, like if I'm painting a wall in my house, I have very hard time disciplining myself to just like do it in an orderly fashion. I'll do like a V here and then I'll run over to the other wall and do another area. I kind of glue the same way, which is not, it's not great for the end result. And I can't help it. I'd much rather have somebody else paint. Oh, I did this wrong. Okay, that's all right. Okay. Kind of need something here, but I don't know if it's important. I don't want to go too much into another font, but you know what? Somebody's really singing up a storm out there. I think it's a mockingbird. I'm thinking the mockingbirds are the ones that they try all different calls all in a row, like kind of frantically. And maybe it's not frantically, it just sounds frantically. Oh, you know that's going to be way too much, right? Yes. Might have to gesso something else as we're going along. Definitely. I'll gesso over here. It's funny the effect that gesso can have as far as like, you don't even need to actually cover anything to all of a sudden it's like not a thing that you're even looking at. It's almost like a fog coming down over whatever's on the page. All right. I have a little water here. Alrighty, so I think there's going to be some of this in here. What I want to do is create a big window, right? See, there's a little glue on this page, so where there's no gesso, this doesn't want to stick. Okay, so that's my window. And then I have orange curtains coming down. On both sides. Okay. Now the really funny thing is, where did I put that little coffee stamp? Oh, there you are. So like, let's say that's over here. And this says enjoy life, so I might do that. All right, that's those. Let me go ahead and work this down a little bit. I want to make this a little thicker though. I'm just realizing like how watery and thin this might look if I don't beef it up a little now. And I can beef it up later, but all right. Well, let's start with that. It doesn't need to be fully fleshed out yet. Oh, this is a wimpy brush. I don't like that one. I don't like that one. Hold on. All right, this one might be a little better. I mean, it's watercolor, but because you've drawn on it, what I'm feeling is that you kind of need to be able to push that line around. And kind of push it into the page somewhat. All right, I'll do this. See, something like this is nice to do when you're still trying to figure out what the heck you're doing. Just dragging that around to kind of make it not seem like a grain, but seem like a direction. Oh, that looks all right. Okay, now let's get my coffee in here. That was the inspiration, right? I'm just putting it on something that's flat enough to control. Let's see how that looks. Ooh. Oh, I didn't think about it being crooked. Oh well, that's all right. And then I'll color that in. I'm going to find another color for my little saying here. Let's see. I need a nice color. Maybe that one. Oh, maybe that one. Okay, so there's that one. And then this one says, enjoy life. It's kind of a weird thing, but that's okay. See how that one looks. It's not super dark. All right, so I think this is going to turn into kind of like a little more, never mind. I don't need to define it, I guess. Let's see. It's a little soggy in there. Oop. Oh well. I'm painting this similar to a mug that I have that my son gave me when he was in elementary school. They had like a Mother's Day, like they gave the kids money to shop, which I honestly don't know if that was something that like I was supposed to send money in for and didn't know it. And he came home with a Mother's Day gift. Then you panic like, oh my gosh, was I supposed, somebody paying for something? But I don't think it was that. I think they just had a fund. Though I will say, some of those years I was pretty exhausted. I remember waking up one day and I started, not waking up and doing this, but I remember like, it was kind of a wake-up call. There was a soccer ball in the yard and all of a sudden I started like kicking it around and it was like, it was kind of like, wow, I must have been exhausted all this time because I wouldn't usually do that, So it would not be surprising to find me not realizing that I'm supposed to be sending something into school. That's all. I'm going to make a book here. And then make a little bit of a, I'll make it look like a hardcover, I guess. How's that? Now, the hard part. The stuff outside the window. Well, maybe I'll do this. Still wet. That is the tricycle that's outside. Can't see much of it, but I have an idea. Yes. Christmas. Look at that. All right, I think this is my bird section, so I'm going to look for, I know there's blue jays in here. There's a woodpecker. He would be good. Maybe a little large, though. Okay. I know there's blue jay stamps. There's got to be. Oh, lost him. Let's see what I have. Now I'm looking for size because it's going to come into play. All right, I'm going to start with those. What if I have him over here? He's too big, I know. I know, they're too big. And then do I cut them out of the stamp or do I just stick them in? This guy, I'd like to just have him standing there. So maybe I'll trim him. Maybe I'll trim him. Get rid of this. This is a crested honey creeper. You little crested honey creeper, you. Well, that's not too bad. Let's see if there's something else I want to do. Just to help them fade back a little bit. What was he? The crested what? I don't know. Honey creeper. You little honey creeper. You just have to say that when you hear it. You little honey creeper. Okay, so I don't know if anybody else goes through this, but like, to me this reminds me of a song. Ooh, 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 looking out my back door. Memories that I went something back. Alrighty. You know what? Let's see. Let's do that. Let's just get a little snippet of a tree in here. All right. I like that. Oh, did you see that? I like that better. I like just having enjoy here instead of enjoy life. Sometimes I think things are made in another country and they just kind of doesn't translate. Alrighty, and then what I want is that too dark? It's probably too dark. Alright, I'm going to try this. I don't know if it's going to work. I only want the music notes on this. So, how would you do that? I don't think it's going to work. Oh, you know what? Maybe just... yeah, let's see. Let's try this. Not this color. Let's try this. Okay. How do you do this? I'll do another one. I don't think that, okay. If I hold these here, right? Oh, that didn't really work, but We're going to get it to work. Okay, let's try it. Let's try it. I think it's supposed to go that way. Yeah. Yeah, not really. I have to figure out how to mask some of that. Or, you know, like honestly this, I'm not going to send anybody a note of thanks. I'm just not. I should carve it off. Or better yet. Now, how does that go? Goes like this. Looks like a song on the wind. Not really, it's probably brown. Okay, just finishing up this video. What do you think? It's my desk.
Yeah.
And the window.
Mm-hmm.
And the tricycle. And you see the mug? Doesn't that kind of look like my...
Yeah, it does. I'm going to go find one of those clips.
Okay. and I'll get ready. Well, I believe I am done. I might skim coat it with a finish. I don't know. So all that started with the thought of coffee, using the coffee stamps. Have a great day. I gotta get going.